Fakakta Comedy Funhouse Network. Ah, yes, it's Couch Pilots, the show that dares to fly into the unknown territory of awful television pilots of the past. Join Captain Blake Clayton and me, the Bottle Cap Kid, as we soar through the skies while discussing television shows that had one and only one episode. We'll dig into behind-the-scenes facts that may or may not be interesting, break down why it didn't work, unearth reviews from around the world, and provide our very own special brand of rating. So click a blue link, say hi to Tarmac John, and become one of our very own frequent flyers by subscribing in iTunes or your favorite podcast app of choice, and earn points towards an array of surprise prizes. Check out new episodes every Monday, and don't forget to rate us, leave us a review, and tell a friend. And as always, we're proudly part of the FCF Network family of shows at fcfnetwork.com. Well, these pilots are usually rough, but it's always a smooth flight here on Couch Pilots. Thanks, everyone. Hope to see you soon.
Rum tapping the vein, and I'm minutes bringing pain. MHOG secreting, leaving a stain. You ain't as dope as us, bitch. Stay in your lane.
3, 2.
And I guess we're back. I guess I'm doing the opening because Rum did the number thing.
I do the number thing, man.
And yeah, obviously I'm Adam, and you've already heard.
I'm the Rum Guy.
Because I kind of introduced him on accident. I didn't really mean to. I'm sorry, Rum.
That's all right. That's cool.
I like to let you introduce yourself because I feel like it's like, hey, who's gonna be on the show? And you're like, hey, I'm the Rum Guy. It's a surprise.
Woo!
You know, so it's exciting.
I do that a lot, and people just go, "Oh, it's you."
You know what? I just want to make an announcement here. I think it's not an announcement. I think I'm going to call somebody out because, you know, in a couple weeks Wayne's getting married, and you're going to be in town.
Yeah.
And your lovely wife is not.
Unfortunately.
You know. But you know, even though you're going to be in town, it's going to be a little hard for us to, you know, record. You know, maybe we'll be able to record that Wednesday, but probably not Saturday. And even if we could, like, you know, the podcast is the podcast. Like, let's just hang out and let's just have fun, all of us. So, if Mart is listening, I think it's time for the MHOG UK to finally get their pussies moving and actually record an episode. And that can be an interim episode.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Really?
Yeah. Do it. Make it happen, Mart.
I'm just saying, like, I'm tired of like all of these fucking English assholes like running their mouths but never actually doing shit. You know, I'm not just talking about Mart. I'm just calling everybody out. I got too many fucking English people on my goddamn Facebook page, always running their mouths. Oh, we're English and we know what we're doing. No, you don't. You got a shitty island. You know, Brexit this, motherfuckers. Also, so couple of things we should mention. Obviously, we're on the Fakakta Comedy Funhouse Network.
Yay.
You know, but come on, Rom, you could do better than that.
Yeah, I'm saying yay. That was a good yay.
It was a yay. I don't know if it was a good yay.
Well,
but,
for me, with the energy level I have today, it was a good yay. I'm excited. Go for it. There's a birthday involved with that today.
Is there?
Yeah. Okay, I'll move on.
Whose birthday is it? Is it yours?
No, it's Dustin's.
Who's Dustin?
One
of the guys from is that the Drunken Lullabies guy?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not in that Facebook group.
I thought you were. I'm sorry.
No, they offered to add.
See, all the cool people are, because that's what we do.
I'm not cool, Rom.
We mix and we mingle and we talk and we, there's camaraderie, there's free drinks, there's we give each other money for no reason. You should really be part of this.
You're so full of shit.
That's what we do.
Well, happy birthday, Dustin of Drunken Lullabies, and go check out Drunken Lullabies, where they're full of beer. And speaking of beer, so the FCF Network has a sponsor, and I think we're supposed to announce this on the show today, so I'm just going to, and I don't have like an ad. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let Rum be the ad because he loves beer. But so craftbeerclub.com, that's craftbeerclub.com, has a promo code FCF Network. That's for us. And promotion is $10 off 3 months subscription and free shipping. So craftbeerclub.com, it's one of those clubs where they send you, whatever, like you meat of the month club kind of stuff, but way cooler because it's beer.
Yeah, I got a friend of mine, she was part of the meat of the month club, but I got tired of going over all the time.
I'd give you credit for that, but I saw that coming a mile away.
How about that one? Is that better?
It's a good one. I'm digging the grunting, Rum.
Okay.
But
right.
you know what, Rum? You got tired of going over this, so why don't you tell her to go to craftbeerclub.com and put in the promo code FCF Network for $10 off a 3 month subscription and free shipping.
That's awesome.
And I think that's we'll come up with a better, we didn't really think,
Well, I didn't know.
I forget. Well, no, Wayne mentioned it, but I
no, he
forgot.
really didn't.
He did mention. He mentioned it. You were there. You remember? Oh,
I don't remember, dude.
You remember?
When was this?
This was earlier this afternoon in the Facebook.
Oh, was it in the text?
Yeah, you ignored it.
I don't read that. Half the time, if you pay attention, I'm just putting in random words.
I mean, it's just
sometimes I just put in things like cheetah.
I mean, if that's how you're describing it, you just go through life that way.
That's kind of what I'm doing right now.
Exactly.
Less stress.
So we mentioned craftbeerclub.com, FCF Network, and also PMStar Promotions. Which we won't have the Craft Beer Club ad. Maybe we should make one. We'll make one.
We should.
That way it won't be as awkward. I'm not great at live reads. I'm sorry. At least until we get to the Anal of the Month Club. Then I'll be great at live reads.
Well, if you're doing it right, it's going to be hard to read because then whatever you have is on their back and it falls off and it's tough, dude. It's tough.
It's sticky.
You have to use tape or something.
It's sticky, Rum. So Tom Petty died.
Oh. Yeah.
So I'm confused. So did he die for sure this time?
Yes, he is dead. He died at age 66.
Okay, because there was a thing where apparently Rolling Stone, I think they were the ones that made up that he died yesterday, and then his daughter was really outraged and said, no, he's not dead. He's clinging to life barely, which it's not a big distinction to us, but to be fair, it's his daughter. I feel like if it's your dad, I feel like that's a pretty big distinction to you. It's not going to be he's going to die in a minute anyway. But people seemed just as upset by that as the other thing that we'll talk about in a minute, which I found strange.
What's that?
I mean, look, I like Tom Petty, I'm sorry he had his last dance with Mary Jane. I know everyone's making that joke, but I'm going to make it anyway. But, in light of, and look, and I guess it kind of sucks for him that his death was sort of overshadowed by a huge tragedy. But at the same time, I was kind of like, I'm kind of sadded out today. I don't really feel like I have it in me to be that upset. I mean, I'm sorry he's dead, but that's kind of where it ends.
I got you. I mean, there's been a lot going on. See, what's messed up is when I first read that he had died. This is how my Facebook feed read. First thing I saw was remember Las Vegas, and I'm like, why? And then it was like mass shooting in Las Vegas. Right underneath it, Tom Petty dead. I'm like, holy shit! They shot Tom Petty in Las Vegas.
Well, thank God, because when you said "holy shit," they shit Tom Petty in Las Vegas, I was like, wow, it's pretty. But
yeah, it was like Petty. So it was two different things, but oh yeah, it's that fucking thing. It's crazy, dude. That dude, he had. It just seems almost sad. I made this comment this morning to Amy. I said, it's almost like I turn on the news, and things like this come on, and I'm losing a bit of the shock value of it anymore. It's like almost expected to be on the freaking news.
Oh,
how many big tragedies have we had in the past, I don't know, 2-3 months? It's just crazy.
We're our brains aren't designed to take in as much stimulus as we get through the internet. Like it
isn't. You're right.
Like we're so and the thing is, like, the biggest problem that I have with the world today is that nothing feels real anymore because the world has gotten so stupid that like you have these websites, like, I'll use The Onion as an example, even though they're not one of the prime offenders, but you have these websites that aren't as well known for being satire sites that'll they'll post these meant to be satirical articles, and they're like, this is outlandish, no one will believe this, but it's like, no, everything's so insane that it's hard not to, like, when you hear something stupid, you're like, that sounds fake, but Donald Trump being president of the United States sounds fake, like that was a thing on The Simpsons. That doesn't sound real. I'm just using it as an example, obviously, but just like, satire is dead because the world's the reality is satirical.
You're right. I mean, it really, really is.
And we're not able to cope with it. We're not able to really process anything. Like, how many years, when George W. Bush became president, we got into a bunch of wars that some of which are still around, and like, it doesn't feel like we're at war.
No, it just feels like we've never got out of the conflict that we've been in since I've been around. But
even when the wars started, it didn't feel like we were at war, unless you knew somebody personally who went off to war, which obviously some people do. But for the majority of us, like, we see it on the news and we're just like, we can't tell the difference between that and keeping up with the fucking Kardashians. Like, they feel about equally real.
Yeah, and it seems like things like the shooting and stuff. It's now the largest mass shooting in U.S. history? Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah, I heard one person say modern U.S. history, but
U.S. history.
But I'm pretty sure it's just the largest mass shooting in U.S. history. And the Pulse was.
And we'll never probably know why, because none of it made sense.
Oh,
from the point of him sending money, $100,000 to somebody in the Philippines, to sending his wife or girlfriend. The dude was a multimillionaire. He lived like a pauper, so he's weird anyway. He somehow got that many guns into a hotel room in Las Vegas.
That was my question. How did that work?
I think what only makes sense to me is he brought them in those airline-grade golf bags.
Okay.
To me, that would make sense. Because no one's going to check the golf bags.
I'm sure there's ways. I don't know if he made multiple trips or what, but
true. You never know. But all I know is
they're still
this.
They're still investigating the woman, by the way. She just got. She was in the Philippines. She just came back.
And he told her, according to her daughter, that her sister, that he got her. He just went up to her and said, "Hey, I got you a cheap ticket to the Philippines. You should go." And he was very kind of persistent of her going to see her family, so she did, and that's. when this all went down. I don't know. That could be just her family saying that stuff too. So, but all I know, Adam, is there's something wrong with this world today, and I don't know what it is. I think something's wrong with our eyes.
Oh God! Please don't.
We're seeing things in different ways.
Please don't.
God knows it ain't his.
Please don't.
And it sure ain't no surprise.
Please, God, make it stop.
I'm living on the edge, man.
Do you want to finish it now? You've gone this far.
No, I don't know what. That's an original, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. Yeah, I mean, look, there's not a whole lot that we can really say or add to it. I'm always disappointed in people, you know, and look, I'm a huge country music fan, so it's stupid to say this, but it's certainly kind of hit me. Not in a way like, oh, well, I could have been me or anything stupid like that.
Right.
Obviously. But, you know, I always, like, I try to, the way I look at country music is, like, a lot of forms of music are an attempt to be tribal in nature, you know, because a lot of forms of music are like party music. And
I got you.
Country music is more like a chorus. Like, you don't, like, other forms of music, you go there to be part of a larger thing. Country music, you kind of go there to, like, everybody's one voice, sort of, if that makes any sense. And, like, nobody, well, let me rephrase it. There are drunks who go there to start shit.
Sure.
Obviously.
It's country music.
Yeah. But a lot of people go there just because it's a thing of love. It's you know. And so, I mean, to hear about, I mean, like, we don't know if it's an act of terrorism, but there's a part, it's kind of hard not to think that maybe this was specifically chosen, you know, looking for a certain type of person. But I don't know. It's just the thing that drives me crazy, though, is like I always want to see. I always want, when we experience tragedies like this, I always want it to be like it was in September 11th, 2001, and
when everybody came together out of the woodwork.
Right, like, and look, and at the tragedy that was happening, there were real heroes. There's one story I saw about some black kid that was there that saved like 30 people, and like he took a bullet to the shoulder, and they're saying like he'll probably have that bullet lodged in him for life, or was it his neck? It might have been his neck, but I mean he's okay apparently, but he's got a bullet that's just there. And it's not.
Yeah, you're as good as you can with a bullet in your head.
Right, and there was a story about I don't know if you know who this is. There's a fairly famous country writer slash. He's not a particularly good singer, named John Rich. He was part of a group called Big and Rich.
Yeah.
And he apparently owns a bar in Las Vegas, and he said like he was at his bar when this went down, and there was a Minneapolis cop there who was just in Vegas for whatever reason, off duty. And they heard the gunfire.
Duty. Go ahead.
You son of a bitch. He was off duty, and he heard the gunfire, and he looked at John Rich, and he said, well, he knew who John Rich was, and he's a country guy, so he was like, you're carrying, right? And he was like, yeah. And so he's like, look, here's my badge, I'm a cop, I've never been without a gun before, but I'm in Las Vegas. Will you turn over your sidearm to me? I'm going to go post up by the door, and I'm not letting anyone come through that door. Because they didn't know what was going on.
Right, of course.
And so
that makes sense.
And so the cop, like, held point on the door. Now, granted, in full disclosure, obviously, nobody was coming through that door. They were in the hotel. They were in the Mandalay Bay, but they didn't know that, you know. But the cops stood there for hours, you know, making sure that those people wouldn't be under fire. And there's tons of stories like that, and that is the best of humanity. Yeah. You know, that's where nobody's worried about, you know, like whether you're Black Lives Matter or alt-right or whatever the fuck you are. That's where people.
I'm Control Alt Delete.
Right. Not that either. But that's where everyone's like, we're people, and somebody needs help, and I'm stepping up, and there was that all over the place. But outside of it, like, we can't take 5 minutes to just be human beings, and that's why when people are like, I'm one of those people who says, like, if you're talking about gun control, whether you're talking for it or against it right now for the next 24 hours, don't pretend you give a shit about the people who died.
Right.
Don't, because you don't. And then the people who are for gun control are just like, no, now's definitely the time when things like that happen. No, it's not. Like, it's not. Like, no one's saying don't ever talk about it. They're just saying give it 24 hours. First of all, find out what the fuck's going on. Like, they never stopped to even find out if the guns are illegal. The guns weren't. The guns were legally purchased. But they never stopped to find that out. And especially once they find out, frankly, that it's a white guy, and it's not, like, if somebody's yelling Allahu Akbar, they're like, hey, we don't know why this happened.
Is that one of those Hawaiian granola bars?
It is. It's a really good bar.
They're tasty.
It gets people excited enough to shoot. But if it's a white guy, they're like, it's probably a Trump supporter. It's like, first of all, and I love that the whole gun control thing. I love that everyone's like, this is a partisan issue. I'm like, black people have guns too. It's not just white people. Like,
that's right.
Hispanic people have guns too. It's not just white people. And I'm pretty sure most black and Hispanic people, the majority of them, aren't Republicans.
Look. There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying, and it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all.
I have no idea what song that was.
We are the world. We are the children.
And that was the last episode of the MHOG podcast, folks. When you quote, "We're the world," Rum. But what really trips me out about people is everyone has this retarded concept that they do where, and it's most common done with like racial stuff, but people have this perspective where when they're arguing with somebody, they're like, you just don't know what it's like to be me. And people say that like it's a point. And it's like, no, I don't. I don't know what it's like to be you. And you don't know
what it's like to be the bad man, the sad man. No one knows.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Rum. I hate you. But no, I don't know what it's like to be you. And you don't know what it's like to be me. What the fuck does that mean? Like, that's a retarded point. And people say it all the time. They're just like, like people don't really try to understand each other. They just try to talk around each other.
Right, because that's the first thing. You ever notice when people get into screaming matches out in public? It's like, you don't know me. Like, no, dude, I don't. I don't care. That's always my answer. I don't care.
You don't know me.
See.
Oh, wait, that's You Don't Own Me. Never mind.
Yeah. That's completely different. Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, I got Jan Arden. You don't know me. Jan Arden.
Really?
I'm not going to sing that song.
Okay.
Anyway, we should move on. I just think people just can't stop behaving like narcissistic assholes. And, we say things like my heart goes out and my prayers are with and all that. But there's really no way to really understand what those people went through.
No, there isn't. And unless you've been through something almost identical to it, you won't.
Right.
And that all we have to do at this point is just acknowledge it. Sure, feel sad, feel angry about it, but making fucking hollow comments about things they want to turn into political. We should do this. We should do that. No, just shut up, dude. Just shut up.
Right. Well,
that's all. And there's nothing else to do about it. It's done, and there's no way of reversing it.
Well, but and here's the thing. This is why people really get upset. It's not so much that you're sad for the people that died. It reminds you that you could die and your family and your friends could die.
Sure, it's all selfish mortality thoughts.
Right, which is fine. It's human.
Yeah, it's human.
But,
right.
But here's the thing that people need to learn, whether there's stronger gun control or whatever, you aren't safe. Like there's only one way that life goes. There's only one end to this trip, and everybody's gonna go through it. And some people are gonna die in a hail of bullets. Some people are gonna die in their beds or in a hospital bed, and some people are gonna die, getting a blowjob on a motorcycle. Whatever it is,
go down in a blaze of glory.
That's kind of how I want to. I mean, maybe not a blowjob, but anyway, but you're not safe. There's no solution. There's no utopia. And that's really what people need to get through their heads when they're arguing about all this shit.
Sure.
And one last point that I want to make, because I saw a lot of people talking about, well, they don't have guns in the UK or in Australia. Let me talk specifically about the UK, because that's the one that I saw the most. And apparently Australia is not quite what people think it is anyway, as far as guns. But
there's a lot of deaths due to guns in the UK.
The UK is surrounded on 3 sides by water, and they have one tiny border. When people talk about, like, well, England doesn't have guns, England doesn't have a gun running problem. Like, it's like, you can argue about, like, we need stricter gun control. That's fine if you want to have that discussion. But whenever people, because I saw a few people saying that yesterday, we could be more like England. No, we can't. England's policies do not work on a broader scale, or at least not on our scale. You cannot say things like that. That is stupid. If we got rid of all legal guns in the United States of America tomorrow, within 2 weeks, the gun runners in Mexico would be sultans. They would be so fucking rich. And that's not even counting all the other unintended consequences.
Well, one of the things we left England was to have the right to bear arms. We left England to do this. And that was, it's just, people are so stupid. That's another reason why so many countries haven't just outright invaded the United States, because there are more guns in homes. I mean, they'd be like even though we're not all in the military, those who have guns, it would be like coming at a gigantic military.
I mean, that's look, I don't think there's anyone who would disagree that nuclear arms suck.
Yeah.
That the world would be a better place if nuclear arms never existed.
Stupid invention. Smells like ass.
Notwithstanding, like, the end of World War II, but I'm just saying, like, if in a perfect world we could erase the idea of nuclear weapons, we'd all be better off. However, that not being the case, the fact that nuclear weapons exist, like, the Mexican standoff that exists between all nations, is what keeps us all safe. When everyone's like, United States need to disarm, or, like, there's no reason for us to have all those nuclear weapons. Yes, there is, because we're basically the guard dog that keeps all the little, like, Kim Jong-uns and assholes like that from stepping out of line. Because, unless the person is completely fucking insane and just willing to just destroy the entire world, they're not going to do anything with a nuclear weapon, because the second they do, we wipe them off the earth.
As soon as the first one launches, everybody else's will go off.
Right. But it's the same thing.
It's insane.
It's the same thing with, like, our guns. Like, the reason that, yes, we do have terrorist attacks here in the United States. We do have, unfortunately, migrants raping, girls and children.
But we also have 14-year-old kids shooting up schools.
We do. But what I'm saying is, like...
that was going to be the positive note. Sorry. Oh. I thought that was...
You can't tell
where you're going with that.
Go back to We Are the World.
We Are the World.
But, unlike... like, say, Sweden or what have you, where women are just
getting... Fuck you, Snowden.
Where women are getting raped left and right. Like, it's not going to happen here, not on that scale, because we got guns. And we like them. We got guns and big dicks, and we should probably move on from this.
Right, but the moral of the story is people don't stop believing.
And hold on to that feeling.
Hold on to the feeling.
Street lights, people. Anyway.
Are you looking to get custom merch for your band? PMStar Promotions is producing all types of promotional items such as shirts, hats, stickers, banners, koozies, skate decks, and much, much more. All products are imprinted in the USA and made to last while keeping your cost as low as possible. Need a shirt design or logo made? The PMStar team has over 20 years experience in graphic design to make your ideas come to life. PMStar Promotions is making their way by working alongside with national bands and record labels including Crowbar, Goat Whore, and Ripple Music. To get customized, dependable work or check out the package deals that fit your budget and other exciting offers, please check out our featured collection on Facebook, PMStar Promotions, or visit www.pmstarpromo.com. It's time to get noticed.
So James Cameron...
Anyway, so guess what's coming up?
Oh, what's that?
Halloween.
Yes, it is. At the end of the month, in like 25 days, 27
Yeah, but
days?
I mean, it's not that far.
It's not. It's a blink of the eye in terms of our old lives.
No, but you know what's awesome about Halloween?
What's that?
Large bags of tiny candy.
That's
everywhere.
That's the name of the episode, Large Bags of Tiny Candy. And gunfire.
I was like, before, for a while there, it was like they went from like summer bikinis and sunscreen. All of a sudden, there's Christmas trees. It was like we missed October and November somewhere. Now they're actually showing up the months. We've got Halloween shit. We've got November stuff. We got turkeys coming out and all that. It's good. It's good. I love Halloween. I love this time of year. I think it's fun. What are you going to dress up as?
I'm not, Rome.
You're going to.
I'm
you have
really
to.
Not. You seemed to be shocked when I told you this earlier that I'm not dressing up.
You have to dress up.
Rome, can I tell you something?
Sure.
Halloween is my least favorite holiday. I don't understand.
You are anti-American.
No,
for the German holiday.
I like Thanksgiving. I like Christmas. I like an atmosphere where people.
Why don't you like Halloween?
Because it's stupid. Like I don't.
It's not stupid.
It is stupid. It's like
it's
like,
a religious holiday. You need to dress up and show your respect to all the other ghouls and
it's so
goblins.
Cool. I'm in my late 30s and I'm dressing up.
So what?
For a party.
You do that anyway.
I dress up for work. I wear my monkey suit then. I don't need to wear a monkey suit.
No, you could go as like a hobo or something easy.
I don't look like you.
You could do something. I was actually thinking about going as Charles Manson.
Yeah, I mean, if you carve the swastika into your forehead, you will be a legend.
Okay.
Anyway,
does it have to be the swastika? Can I just carve like a smiley face? Or?
You can, Ron.
Okay. I don't want to offend anybody.
They're going to be offended anyway. like might as well lean into the skid, Rum.
Well, you could be anything you want to be, dude. Just go off what you know. You could, you've got you got a skin thing going on there. You got some darker tan things going on there. You could do something.
I have a skin thing going on there.
Yeah, you could do something. You could dress up. You could get a serape and a hat. You could go as a Mexican guy. You could put a dot in your head and go as an Indian guy.
You're so racist.
You could get a feather on your head and go as a featherhead guy.
You give me shit for being a racist, but
I'm not a racist. I'm giving you ideas, dude.
I don't like Halloween. I don't like. I think
what is it? What happened to you as a child? Were you locked in a candy store?
I mean, I like candy.
With a scary display.
I like candy, but I'm severely overweight. I don't need to eat like more candy.
Well, you could eat you could be like you could turn Halloween around. You could be that guy. You could, be the vegan Halloween guy.
I want to turn Halloween around and send it in the other direction.
Turn around.
Every
you could
now
do it.
And then I get a little bit tired. I never come around. I'm just not. And I know Wayne's going to be upset at me, on his wedding day, but
can't you just get a shirt that said "This is my costume"?
I can get a shirt and write "Eat a Dick" on it.
Yeah, but you have that one already.
No, the shirt that I have already is "I'm a Dick." Not
that's different. They came out in a set. Okay.
Yeah, it's not me. I just and I don't. it's never gonna be me. Like I just think the whole thing's silly. I like Christmas and I like Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving because I like food.
Do you dress up for Christmas? You can go as an elf. Ooh, you could dress up for Halloween as an elf, or a tan Santa.
You're so stupid. No, I like the spirit of giving. I like people thinking about other people.
That's what Halloween's all about.
Why do you like Halloween? Why do you like Halloween? Besides candy.
Oh, it's a family thing. I mean, Halloween's always been huge in my in the family. And
is that because you and your father were always bloody from all the accidents?
That quote unquote happened to other people. No, my family, they were all immigrants and they came over. My mom's German side, and it was just a big holiday. It was always a big Samhain, all that stuff. It was always huge in our family. So when I became old enough to understand more about what it was all about, and I enjoyed it. I thought the history was good, and the perk was the candy and going to different houses. And it wasn't always about the creepy gore scare factor. It was fun. It's about the way most people think of Halloween, though. It's for the kids to entertain. It's and there's so much mystery involved. It's like, is it a Snickers or is it a Snickers with a razor? There's so many things.
That's a good point, Rum. That's a good point.
My niece loves Halloween, but they do this thing. I don't really appreciate it, but a lot of people do it. It's called Trunk or Treat, which I find really awful. It's a bunch of cars in a parking lot trying to entice kids to come over to their trunk by offering them candy. It seems like a bad idea. It seems like the one thing that we've always been told, hey, don't do that. And there you do it.
Way to turn it into something horrible, Rum.
Well, it's true. I mean, does it make sense?
For the
record,
I've
got a trunk full of candy. Come on over, kids. Hey, pull my finger. Wait, that wasn't my finger. It was a Twix bar. Get your mind out of the gutter.
For the record, in my day, they stuck the razor blades in the caramel apples.
Ooh, those are my favorites. You got the good one because when you're biting into the caramel apple and you taste iron.
From the blood in your mouth.
From the blood in them.
They don't have a lot of caramel apples anymore though. Like it seems like the last time I saw it, they were in Disney.
Oh yeah. Bet you there's no razors there. Boy, they don't know how to party.
Well,
remember the Fun Dips, and it wasn't really Fun Dips. It was Drano.
No, I don't remember that.
That's a good one.
I don't remember that, Rum. Probably because
the kids love that.
Probably
little foaming at the mouth.
I don't remember it. Probably because my stomach was being pumped.
Oh, yeah.
So hey, James Cameron said something about Wonder Woman a couple weeks ago.
Oh, what'd he say?
He said she was too attractive and too. I don't remember all of it, but basically he said she wasn't a good female hero because she was too good looking. And all his heroes were real women, or female heroes were real women with real problems, and they were cooler, like Sarah Connor.
And Helen Keller.
Was she in one of those Terminator movies? Was Helen Keller? Because I'd watch that. If
she stumbled onto the set. She didn't know where she was.
They're making Terminator 6 with James Cameron. If Helen Keller is in that movie, I will change everything I've ever said about him and tell him he's a god.
What the problem with her, though, is she never gets her lines.
Sure she does. They have cocaine waiting for her.
Oh, that seems kind of an ass-hat thing to say. I mean, what was her name? Linda Carter? She was a pretty lady. She was Wonder Woman.
Yeah. But he was talking about the new movie.
Right, but I mean, that was a superhero. She was a strong woman. She did a lot. I mean, I don't know. You can't be pretty and be a strong woman? That seems stupid. Everybody's supposed to look like an old Russian Bubba? That's bizarre. It's like, I need an ugly woman with Down syndrome. That's my hero.
We do need that. What?
We're making a movie right now. I think I'm getting all this stuff together.
Where's my ugly woman with Down syndrome?
But I mean, it seems like a stupid comment. Was it just said so he could say?
That's what all these people do. That's what celebrities do. Like, you ever like notice like, okay, like during a tragedy, we're not going to go back into that, but during a tragedy, all of a sudden like there'll be a press conference from somebody that hasn't done anything in like 6 years, and you're like, wait,
yes,
oh yeah, she exists, doesn't she? I'd forgotten she existed, except she called a press conference to talk about something she has nothing to do with. It's not always women. Sometimes it's guys too. I'm just saying. A lot of times it's like, you know, Sheena E. It's like, I really got to talk about this gun problem.
Dun, 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 dun,
but that's what they do. Like James Cameron, like everybody's mad at him because he's still doing Avatar, and it's like 6 years.
Avatarded.
Yeah, it's been avatarded for 6 years, and it's not coming out anytime soon. And so he's just like, hey, what if I call attention to, you know, Wonder Woman and say it's stupid? And then people will be like, hey, he's mad at Wonder Woman. I forget all about Avatarded. And you know, but I think that's what they do. I just think like he's just like, you know what? I feel like talking shit.
Yeah, that's what was it? Who the hell said it? It was there was a comment by Pat Sajak. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was pretty funny. He said, "Don't forget, folks, we're celebrities. Our opinions are super important and very wise, and you should listen to everything we say."
That was a response to Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah. Did you hear that speech? That Jimmy
I
Kimmel
did.
did? I mean, it was hard to get through. And look, and I get it. He's from Las Vegas, so he was probably just picturing like family members and shit like that. I get it. Like well, actually no.
He's been doing it a lot lately, though.
Oh yeah, no, he's become kind of an asshole. Like he's definitely, he's just like, my kid was sick, and that makes me an expert on healthcare. And it's like, no.
Yeah, that was. I was like, why are we listening to him on healthcare?
Well, you know what's funny about that? You know what's funny about that? Ben Shapiro pointed this out. He's like, his son went to I forget what the name of the hospital is, but half of their treatments are paid for with donations. So a kid who's poor off the street who has the same condition as his kid would get treated at that hospital whether they had insurance or not.
Mm-hmm.
So basically it was all bullshit. You
yeah.
know?
I mean, that's a shame about his kid, and you know, but
it's horrible.
There's millions of kids out there in the same boat.
But yeah, no, but I listened to the Jimmy Kimmel thing, and I was like, and it was hard to get through, and I get it, but at the same time, like, you don't know what you're talking. That's the problem. Like, they talk, but they don't really know what they're talking about. I saw some woman like earlier. We're getting back into it, but fuck it. There's some woman that I tweeted at because she said something stupid, and I saw a bunch of people liked it. And she said, according to the GOP, the guy who killed all those people has a right to own all those rifles, but the people he shot don't have a right to treatment. And I was like, well, number one, all those people are getting treatment. Like, I don't think you understand how healthcare works in this country. Like if you have a gunshot wound, they can't tell you don't have insurance. That's not
right.
It's not the way that works. Number two, yeah, he does have a right to own a gun. And there's this weird like they're like, you don't have a right to healthcare, but you have a right to a gun. It's like, well, no, you have a right to own a gun if you can purchase one, and you have a right to healthcare if you can purchase that too. It works the same way. So
right.
So you don't really know, you don't understand how health insurance or the Second Amendment work. But I saw a lot of comments like that, like and look, I don't fucking know everything that I talk about. I talk confidently. I don't know shit. I'm a fucking moron. You know, but like, especially when it comes to celebrities, it's just like, everybody's just like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. They've
been doing it now for so long. It's you're absolutely right. It's always a celebrity pops up, and then all of a sudden, the sheep follow them constantly. The sheep will follow, whether they know exactly what the hell. They'll believe whatever comes out of their mouths, whether it's right or wrong. They will believe it.
Look, I'm not a religious person at all, But the problem with all of this shit is that what people don't understand, everyone has this stupid idea that, you know, we're evolved, you know, we shouldn't need silly concepts like a spaghetti monster in the sky. We shouldn't need that. We're evolved now. First of all, that's not how evolution works. Secondly, that's not how human beings work. Like, human beings need something to give them a direction. They need something to look up to and say, that's how I'm supposed to behave. That's why young men that don't have fathers in their lives end up like fucking criminals and shit.
Hey, give me something to believe in.
But we need that. We
do.
We need these things, and so in lieu of that, like as our society becomes more and more secular, and we don't have real gods, we make whatever's available a god. So it could be a sports star. It often is. Could be a rapper. Could be a musician. A TV star, a movie star. Like, we make these people into gods because we need one. You know, like, well, Jimmy Kimmel, well, he's rich. He must know what he's talking about. He's famous. No, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, he's just a guy who's really sad, who saw his hometown getting shot up and doing what we would all do. Well,
get outraged and talk about it. Yeah, that's.
Oh, I was gonna say cry on stage, but
oh,
that was really uncomfortable. Like, I'm not trying to make fun of the man, but Jesus Christ, dude, you should have got it together a little bit. Like, holy shit! I mean, you cried in front of a lot of fucking people. Yeah. You didn't cry that much when your kid was sick. Jesus Christ!
I know, like.
That's the name of the episode. Jimmy Kimmel didn't cry that much when his kid was sick.
That's awful.
Am I wrong, though? Am I wrong?
I can't say that you're wrong. Can't say that you're wrong.
I might be a piece of shit, but I'm right.
That's right. He's a member of the Control-Alt-Delete, too. So keep that in mind, people.
Before we get out of here, let's talk. Are there any like shows that you're looking forward to coming up? Whether it's like things coming back or something that looks.
I watched the first episode of The Gifted.
Oh, that came out?
Yeah, I watched the first episode of that.
Well, tell me what you thought, Rum.
I'm going to look forward to the second one. I kind of see it. It kind of reminds me a little bit of what the fuck was it? Heroes. It started off like an episode of Heroes.
Wait, which season? Like first season?
Like the first season. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you didn't know what I was talking about, what show I'm talking about, let me give you the premise. There's a family. One guy works for the government to try to get all of the mutants or these people that have specific powers under control. So they're going and gathering them up. What he doesn't know is his own daughter is one of these people. So already it sounds like Heroes. Because the guy from, you remember, he was like working for.
Yeah, you're talking about HRG, horn rimmed glasses.
Yeah. But they threw in the thing. The son is also, his son is also a mutant.
Is the daughter a cheerleader?
Who is, she might as well be. Hello, you need to watch that.
You misogynist pig. I'm horrified. Go on.
The boy is the one she has control over her abilities. The boy is having some issues trying to understand it. He's the sensitive one. He's like, I'm so distraught. I'm emo. So an emo kid with an issue. And then there's a group of mutants. This is after the X-Men thing. The X-Men have abandoned them, according to the one guy in the show, and blah, blah, blah. And they don't even know if there's X-Men anymore, and they're just trying to survive. But if you took Heroes and mixed it with Terminator, that's the feel I got from it. And it's got the guy that played the vampire Bill from what was that HBO vampire show?
True Blood.
True Blood. Yeah, he played Vampire Bill. He's the dad. Mom is played by the woman who, and I can't remember her real name either. I'm bad with actor and actress names. I know their characters. She played Fred on the TV show Angel.
Amy Acker.
Amy Acker, thank you. Yeah, I'm bad with real names. I can remember character names, but not people's actual names.
Shame
but
on
it
you.
wasn't bad. It wasn't. I'm looking. They ended it really abruptly, so I'm like, crap! I wanted about 20 more minutes of this to get into it. So hopefully it picks up and it's bolder. So let's see what happens.
I'll tell you what struck me and kind of bothered me, and you're gonna say it's stupid, but
no, I would never do that.
Never. I was watching the commercial for it, and I guess it's the daughter and the son are I think they're already on the run. And
no, not yet. Well, they are now.
In the commercial.
Yeah, but they weren't in the beginning.
In the commercial.
Okay.
So I don't know, if the commercial's just from the first episode or if it's from the first and the second or whatever. But they're standing in front of a vending machine, and she's getting candy out of the vending machine. She's explaining her powers. She's like, you know how when you stick your hand out of the window when you're driving, you can feel the air on you? And he's like, yeah. And she goes, I can push it together. I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
Well, you have to see the power in action to actually do that. That was just a little glimpse of it. She can take air molecules and create a barrier.
She can make them solid. I got you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, when you say you can take air and push it together, that doesn't mean anything. At all.
Well, I mean, they're kids trying to explain their powers.
Okay, but they're writers. Come up with something better. It just bugged. I told you to tell me it was stupid.
Oh, I didn't say it was stupid. It might be a little dumb, but it's not stupid. but no, I give it a shot. It's on demand. Go ahead and watch it, and I'd be anxious to hear your opinion on it.
I probably should. I didn't watch Legion. I'm having so many problems with comics and all that these days.
Oh, and I watched the Inhumans too last week.
Oh, did you? Did you like that one?
It's Thor. To me, it's just Thor, as it is right now.
I can see why you're saying that. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I mean the brother, the king is Thor, and the brother's Loki, and it has a very much it's very much that type of vibe. Like someone sat around and went, "Wow, we had such a great reaction to the Thor comics. We should do what? Let's just do this because we have all these extra characters." And we can put them on the moon because that's weird. And
well, all that's from the comics.
Let's have Captain of the Guard be a centaur because I love Narnia, and it's just bizarre.
That's all from the comics, though.
And let's drop them in Hawaii. Why? Because it's an island and they can't go anywhere.
Well, somebody could drop me in Hawaii.
It's just really. I want to see another episode of it, and I don't know. I feel like I'm glutton for punishment. The best thing about the episode I saw was the gigantic puppy, Lockjaw.
You know what I love about you, Rome?
What?
You've had axe wounds and shit like that, but you're just like, puppy.
I love puppies. Puppies are best. If you don't like puppies, there's just something wrong with you on a base level. Baby animals are the shit. I don't care if even it's a baby lion. Oh, it's a baby lion. It'll grow up and eat you. But we're baby rhinos. Cutest thing ever. Baby rhinos. Baby hippos. They're fun. Want to poke them. They're fun.
Wait, what?
I want to poke them. Baby hippos. They look fun.
And that's the end of the MHOG podcast. What the fuck?
I want to poke them with sticks. That's shit.
Yeah, sure you do. Jesus.
I don't want to poke Jesus. That happened one time, and then damn can't find that spear ever since.
And I think that really is it for the MHOG podcast. And once again, go to craftbeerclub.com. Go to the FCF Network where you can find all kinds of fine shows. If you want to go back a couple episodes, Kyle and I did a little rundown of what we thought those shows were about, and we were wrong. We were completely wrong. But to be fair, we were just talking out of our asses. You can find the Rum Guy sometimes every other episode of the MHOG podcast.
Saturdays are bad for me right now. Yeah.
You can find me on I think there's two of me on some episodes.
There could be.
I think I might be talking to myself on some of these episodes. And
you can also find me upstairs.
In the attic?
I'm not telling, but that's where I'll be, upstairs.
Okay.
Sometimes.
This is like that thing that Scream was based on, where the guy calls and the girl's like, "Where are you?" And he's like, "In the house." And anyway, so check out the MHOG podcast. Go find old episodes if you haven't listened before. There's like 100 of them, like that you can listen to, readily available. And if you're a first time listener, if you're here from the FCF network, thank you. If you're not here from the FCF network and you're not really here and you're not actually listening to this, well, fuck you. But share it with all your friends, share it with your mom. She'll love it. She's a whore. And there's some really great episodes. We've met a lot of nice people along the way. We've had interviews with a lot of different people from different everything, walks of life, genres and backgrounds. So definitely check all that stuff out. And if you can find the other stuff, which it should be all out there, right? It goes 100 episodes back.
Only 100 episodes? Well, if you'd like to get some of the other episodes, please contact us. We'll be glad to send them to you.
Sure, absolutely. Actually, I'm sorry. On like iTunes and what have you, it goes back 100 episodes. If you go to themhog.libsyn.com, every single episodes.
Okay, there you go.
You can go all the way back. But all right, well, I've been Adam,
and I've been Rum.
And remember to keep it skinny. Halloween. I don't know. What do you want?
Keep it spooky.
There you go. Keep it spooky.
And pokey.
And don't shoot nobody.
Yeah, don't do that. It's bad. Good night.
Good night.
MHOG secreting, leaving a stain. You ain't as dope as us, bitch. Stay in your lane.